What's up, you donkey dongs? Today we're going to talk about an interview between the Raimaru Files and Comtua's Director of Game Production Division, Min Young. Now, this is not Director of Game Production for Summoner's War only. This is Director of Game Production Division as a whole. So he works as the director. He oversees all the different game production. So, and I think there's a lot of teams that are just that are working on multiple games, not just Summoner's War. So that's why we're seeing like this game gets updated, then this game gets updated, then this game gets updated, and there's devs working on multiple different games at the same time, and that's why we're seeing what it is. But I mean, I understand where they're coming from. I understand where Comtos is coming from. They don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. Yes, Summoner's War is a successful game, and they will give that maybe more attention than they do the other games, but they want to make sure if Summoner's War, if something happens, people decide they want to leave Summoner's War, whatever, and the game dies, even though the game is honestly not going to die soon. We'll talk about why in the video, though. We'll talk about why, because they do have some updates prepared. Updates prepared for it, and that's what we're going to talk about. But yeah, I understand that they're trying to work on multiple games just in case you don't want to have your entire success of your company based on just one game. Gotcha. I understand. So 90%, honestly, 90% of this interview is about, the whole thing is called Summoner's War Rise Again with World Arena. So they're explaining World Arena. You guys know what World Arena is. We don't need to talk about 90% of this interview. It's things like, did you find any problems during the test period of World Arena? Some parts have been enhanced, but the big frame hasn't changed. Since World Arena has proceeded in real time, we had to adjust a few things, such as how much time a player should wait for the opponent to take his turn to prevent. You don't need to know that, right? We get it. It's boring. Fine. Whatever. Jubango trying to make a video quicker. Hold on. So we're going to not talk about some of this stuff, but if you want to read all of it, again, it's just talking about World Arena. If you want to read it, I'll leave a link in the description to it. But honestly, you can literally just go to World Arena and see the stuff that they're trying to promote, because it is trying to promote World Arena. But you can see the stuff. The only things that I would like to touch on is, one, they're talking about it being hardcore for more of the end game players. World Arena is supposed to be for the end game players, not so much for the beginner players. That's one of the points. And then another thing, they were saying that they're happy with the balance between the monsters, and that there's no monsters that are like stronger, like significantly stronger than others. I would say maybe take a look at some of the videos coming out on YouTube. None of the monsters are broken. Respectfully disagree with that one. There are some that are like, there is kind of monsters that are like, these are the ones that you definitely ban and pick first, and ridiculous monsters. So yeah, I don't know about that. There's some that are definitely a little bit too strong. I think we need a new balance patch. Buff Daphnis, please. Buff Brandy, buff Vanessa. Just buff everything I have. Anyway. What else? Actually, I think Revivers, generally speaking, aside from the light Pioneer, I think the light Pioneer is fine. I think Revivers, aside from that, could use a little buff because they're kind of out of meta. So, but that's for another time. That's for another time. Anyway, no, they don't need to buff, they need to buff Vanessa. That's what I want them to buff more than anything. Buff Vanessa. I use Vanessa all damn time. Buff that one. Anyway, so it's mostly about World Arena, right? But there is some stuff about the future of Summoner's War, so that's what I want to talk about in this video. Okay. The video's already 4 minutes. How do I talk about nothing for 4 minutes? I don't even understand. Rift of Worlds, Homunculus, and World Arena have been updated so far. What is next? We are preparing an update to improve accessibility for the beginner and intermediate users. What does that mean? That means that the players that are new to the game, they want them to progress quicker so that they can catch up with the end game players a little bit faster. I don't know how much faster, I don't know what they have in mind, but they're preparing an update. They're already working on it to improve accessibility for beginners and intermediates. So they want to close the gap at least somewhat maybe not close the gap between free-to-play, pay-to-play, but more close the gap between people that are just getting into the game. They want them to progress faster so that they can be up to speed. I understand that. It's frustrating. I can see it being frustrating as a new player, where you're like, I've been playing for 2 months. People have been playing this game for 3 years. They're way ahead of me. Like, trust me, I understand, right? I understand a little bit more than maybe some other YouTubers, some Summoners War YouTubers, because I have little baby accounts, right? I have little baby accounts. So I have my China server, my Europe server, my Asia server, and I understand the progression and like knowing that everyone's like so far ahead of you, right? So it is daunting, it is challenging to like, and it's scary to be like, everyone's so far ahead of me, why even bother, right? So they're trying to work on that, they're trying to help that, which is good. That's good for new players. It's not good for, I mean, it's not as good for me when people are like, oh, now I can beat you easier, Jumeko, thanks, awesome, fantastic. But it's good for new players, which is good for the game, which I approve of then. Also, the next guild-related content is also under preparation. Excuse me, what guild-related content is also under preparation? I would like to know what guild-related content. How did they glance over this? Guild-related content is under preparation. Please tell me more. 90% is about World Arena. I want to know about this other stuff. Guild-related content. That's cool. Or horrible. I don't know yet. Maybe I don't want to know about it because it's scary because I hate Guild Wars. Guild-related content, but they didn't say, so it's not guild. Maybe that's something else that you can do with guilds. I don't know. I don't know, but that's interesting. I'm trying to think about what it could be. And then what else? They talk about unlocking the last map as well, which people have speculated. I think there were some people that data farmed that saying it was like an underwater level Atlantis. Actually, let's go take a look at that as soon as this, I'll show you guys what it is. If you haven't already, you've seen on the map. You've seen it, but it's been 3 years! Finally, they're gonna unlock the last map, finally. It took them like a year to finish the, to unlock that last 4 stages. If you guys are new to the game, if we go to world map here, world map. This Aiden Forest Fair and Castle Mount Renard Chiruka remains. That was, like, for a year that wasn't even unlocked, right? That was a long time. It feels like a long, like now it feels like it's been unlocked forever, whenever, it doesn't matter. But when it came out, it was like, oh my god, finally they did it. Oh my god. But this last one is the one that they're talking about, preparing update. That's the one, I guess they data farmed, there were some people that data farmed the data installed on the devices, and it's supposedly, there's underwater stuff with sea emperors and mermaids and stuff, so that's cool, but there's no confirmation from ComToUs saying that that is indeed what it is, that's indeed what they have planned, but I'm just like, wow man, that has been there for a while. I wonder if it's something like another Kairos dungeon, right? Like another kind of dungeon thing. But it's curious. I think it's going to be different. I don't think it's going to be just regular scenario. It seems like maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is, but it's only like that one map. Like, wouldn't they have just put it in? If it was regular scenario, wouldn't they just put it in with the other update, or just put it in like before now? It's been they've been working on it for so long. I feel like it's not just scenario. I feel like it's something different. Because otherwise, if it was just a regular scenario, it would have been out by now. It would have been really fast to do, and they would just make new scenario. Working in game development, you know that it's got to be something else. Either that, or they really procrastinate a lot. Oh yay! How about you miss that defense break like a champ? Like a champ, Galleon. Like a damn champ. Anyway, and they're also talking about creating a different type of homunculus. I'm telling you guys, like, literally they just, like, have, like, one sentence on each of these. I'm not leaving anything out about these, right? Creating a different type of homunculus. So we're going to have multiple, I guess we're going to have one of each type, is what I think is going to be. So you can have, these ones are the attack types, so I guess we're going to have, like, support types and healer types, or defensive, or HP types. That'll be cool. Homunculus healers. Oh my god. Ooh, what if they have like immunity homunculuses? That would be crazy if they have like homunculuses with like immunity. I mean, you can't use them in arena defense and guild war defense and stuff like that. But that would be interesting if they had, because these ones are more aggressive, right? They're attack based. I wonder if that's going to tie into the Atlantis or whatever that last stage is. So. And they have, there are too many things that need to be done right now that I'm listing. All the content can be expanded in depth, but there's still a lot that can be added to the game this year. Alright. And then they say, some say Summoners War has high barriers for new users. That's the next question for them. Let me read that. 5-star. We're working on content that can guide the new users. It's not just about completing endless missions, but rather about getting users properly used to the game. We've been making modifications so new users can acquire and grow faster. Same goes for this year. So they're just reiterating what they said before. We're improving some of the old graphics from the introduction. The old graphics from the introduction? What? You know what that means? Elia's getting a boob job. That's what that means. So, alright guys, I think that's about it for the juicy stuff. Really, the rest of it's just about World Arena. But I wanted to talk to you about the updates that have the updates. I wanted to talk to you about my baby jiggles. What? What? I wanted to talk to you about the things that they're talking about that are going to be released for the rest of 2017. So they do have guild-related content. They do have stuff that's going to improve accessibility for new users. They do have a new homunculus coming. They're going to be unlocking the last map. So that's looking good. Hopefully we'll see some new monsters as well. Would be nice. They can do some new 3-stars. It's been a while since we got some new 3-stars. So some new 3-stars would be nice. Some new 4-stars. Not just 5-star unicorn. I mean, they're nice. Unicorns are great, but we want some more attainable monsters too, man. Not everyone can get them unicorns. Not everyone got them unicorn money, right? And hopefully we see a balance patch coming out soon. But that's straight out of the developers in Korea. The mouths of the developers in Korea is that they're working on guild content, improvements for beginners to progress faster, and another type of homunculus, and the new map coming out. So that's cool. So that is cool. We're excited about that. Alright guys. You want to craft some runes? You want to craft? We'll craft a couple of runes. I don't think we're going to get anything good. Oh, we got to do some arena, don't we? What do we have? Let's craft some violent runes. So that's it for that, guys. If you want to go check out the my underpants. Crit rate? No. If you want to go check it out, I'll leave a link in the description as well. Oh my goodness. It's just crafting. Fix crafting. No, they don't have to fix craft. It's the same as the drops, you know. It's the same as the drops. Let's do some will runes. Let's do some will. Crappy. We're just gonna get nothing. We didn't get anything. Alright. Fantastic. Back to grinding. Anyway, bad RNG. Sometimes you get good stuff from there. Mostly, I mean, it's crappy drops from crafting, crappy drops from dungeons, crappy drops from crafting, but it is what it is. I've just accepted it by now, so. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys are excited for some of the new content coming out. And I will see you guys, as always, in the next video.